Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center. Here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Keystone Bullet 29 BHPR Premier Line Bullet. It's a beautiful unit. I'm going to walk through it, show you how to use some things, how to set up for camp. I'm going to start by coming around to the front of the unit. First thing you're going to do when you arrive at the campsite is make your unit level. After unhooking, on the front of your unit you have your power tongue jack. That's a docking light. Bring the unit up or bring the unit down. Once you have your unit all level, next thing you want to do is bring down your stabilizing jacks. Now remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. So make sure your unit is level. Use the hand crank that comes with the unit. 3/4 inch socket on the end. Crank to the right to bring it down. Now, you can get a power drill or an impact driver with 3/4 inch socket. You can run this down in a matter of seconds. One thing I do recommend is using jack pads. Jack pads will not only help it set sturdier, it'll help protect your jack pads, especially if you set them down into some hot blacktop. They'll tend to get in there and blacktop gets all over your jack pads. Once you have your unit all level, nice and sturdy, next thing we're going to do is hook up your electricity and your water. It's coming around to your off camp side. Storage compartment. In your storage compartment will be your convenience pack. In your convenience pack, water pressure regulator. So we're going to start out by hooking up the water to the unit. Plug your hose in to the camp water connection. Put this water pressure regulator on the end of your hose before attaching it to your city water connect. What this is going to do is it's going to regulate the amount of pressure going into your unit. You don't know what the pressure is at the parks, so it's going to regulate it, reduce it so that you don't blow your lines out. Once you have your water pressure regulator hooked up and your hose on, you're going to come around to the other side of the unit on the back here and go into your water heater. In your water heater is a pressure release valve. You're going to want to pull on this pressure release valve until some water comes out, then you know you're full. Once you know your tank is full, then you'll be able to light it from indoors. We'll talk about that shortly. If you arrive at a campsite that does not have full water hookup, but you still want some water, you have your freshwater connection. This is potable water. You can put your water in there. Again, release the air out of the hot water heater so that you know you're full. Then it's safe to light. When using freshwater connection or your potable tank, you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Do not use your water pump if you're using City Water Connect. Coming back around to the back of your unit again, you have your outdoor shower and your power hookup. You fortunately have a power cord that stores inside. At the end, you have a dog bone to go down to your 30. In your convenience pack is a water pressure regulator. Excuse me, is an amperage reducer. This amperage reducer you can put on the end of your power to plug into 110. Remember that plugging into 110 you will not be able to use your air conditioning. After you have your power all hooked up, show you your big storage area back here with your grill. After your power is all hooked up, we'll take a walk inside and check out the unit. On the back you do have a bumper grill. Black tank flush, which we'll talk about when dumping the unit. 110 and a heat release. Steer clear of that, it can get pretty warm. On your slide on the campsite, you do have access to the back of your fridge. And your outdoor speakers. Let's talk about your awning now. When you run your awning out, you're going to want to run it out until it sets at that 90-degree angle, the flap. Once that flap flops down, you know that you have extended as far as you need to. Another note on your awning. Say you're out camping and it's raining. You do have a pitch arm here. Simply grab the middle of the arm, pull down. What this is going to do is it's going to tilt your awning to one side. You can do it from either end. And it's going to make the rain run off that end. Simply push it right back up. And you're all set. Alright, let's take a walk inside your unit. As soon as you enter the unit, to the left of the door will be your fire extinguisher. Here is your carbon monoxide detector. This runs off 12 volt. So whenever you're plugged in, you're fine, but if you unplug, it's running off your battery. I recommend that if you're leaving for the day or going to be gone several hours, disconnect one of your batteries post so that you're not running your battery down with this carbon monoxide detector. Your stove. You'll have to light this one. It does have a pilot push and hold. 110. Your fridge. Let's talk your Dometic fridge. Push that button to turn it on. Right now it's on auto, which means it's running off gas. As soon as you plug the unit in, it's running off electricity. You can release this button and make it run strictly off gas. Go back to auto and you know you're safe and it's always running. And you have this beautiful pantry. To the right of your pantry is your thermostat. As you can see, this will control your furnace, your air conditioning, and your fan. There's your AC right now. If you listen closely, it's cranking nicely. Step into your bathroom real quick. Everything's self-explanatory in here, but I do want to point out that you do have a 110 in here with your GFI. Should you pop a breaker, here's where you're going to want to reset it. Coming out of the bathroom, right underneath the storage area next to the bunks, is an access panel. In this access panel is your breaker box and your fuses. Looks like you've got some 40s and several 15s in there. I highly recommend having a handful of them on hand when you're camping. Of course, your bunk area, storage. The table that'll turn into a bed. 110 here. Let's talk your stereo system. You have an IRV, auxiliary, AM, FM, Bluetooth, indoor, outdoor speakers. Here you can set it to indoor, outdoor, or both. You do have a vent here. Opens by hand. It's complete vent, no fan. Heat ducts. In your bedroom. One note, you do have a 110 on both sides of the bed. Your light switch for the unit and a light switch for reading. You do have your TV in the bedroom. Take note, when you arrive at the camp, before you scan for digital channels, you're going to want to push this button right there. When that's green, you have a digital boost. It's going to allow you to pick up 20 to 30 channels. More than had you run it without it. Another vent here. And in your bedroom is your smoke detector. Also in the ceiling is this little hand crank. That is for the direction of your digital antenna. And lastly, just inside your door is your control panel. So as I said, outdoors, if you're using potable water, you're going to want to turn on your water pump. To turn on your hot water heater, if you're hooked up to gas, turn this one on. If you're hooked up to electricity, here. So section here is to test all of your levels. Your gray tanks, black tank, fresh tank, and your battery. Hot water heater, a porch light, ceiling light, your slide, and your slide. Let's go outside and talk about the dirty job. So after you've packed up, closed up all your slides, you're going to want to go up and dump your tanks. At the front of the park will be a dump station. Simply take the hose that comes in your convenience pack, hook your sewage hose up, hook the other end up to the sewage dump. First thing you want to do is pull your black tank. This will be closed, you pull it, let it drain. Once it sounds like it's drained, we're going to head around to the black tank flush. So on your campsite by your rear door is a black tank flush. First off, make sure that you leave your black tank open. You don't want to spray this out or run the spray in there with it closed, could damage the unit. So leave your black tank open. Again, hook up your water pressure regulator. Run your water in, and what that's going to do is it's going to run a sprayer. It's going to spray out your black tank. Run that from anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes until you think it's nice and clean. Once you've ran that out, come back around to the unit. Close your black tank. Pull your gray. You get 2 grays on this because you get 2 sets of galleries. So pull this gray. Once that's empty, pull this gray. Now that gray water is just going to simply be shower and sink water. So it'll be a lot cleaner than your sewage water, and it's going to help wash your hose out. Once you have your hose washed out, simply go to your bumper. Pop that off and store your sewage hose inside. That's about it. Covers everything on setting up and camping with this Bullet Premier. Again, congratulations. Thank you for choosing TradeWinds, and happy camping. One last thing I'd like to cover is your tanks. You do have a regulator up here, whichever way this black is pointing is the tank you're using. That one, this one, make sure you turn on your gas. Again, thank you for choosing TradeWinds, and happy camping.